Years ago, I think. Yeah. So he's going to introduce his athletes. They're Francisco Rodriguez and Salvador Martinez.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I've been around so long that I know every soccer coach in here. I played against them. That's only Marty. I know Marty looks like a young kid, but I actually played against Marty. Everyone else either I coached or coached against. I mean, it's kind of sad, I guess. They need to run me out of here pretty soon. And I'd like to see you on Facebook. I'd like to see you work that. Yeah, that's right. I know it's hard to believe I'm also the coach, but I'm looked as young as Johnny over there. That's a mistake. All right, so I do have two kids to honor here, both seniors. Both put on my team since their sophomore year. Both shoo-ins to be captains. At the beginning of the year, I let it play out. I kind of say, okay, let's see who stands up and starts leading the team at the beginning of the year, preseason and warm-ups. And sure enough, no one even walked at it. They just walked in, and I said, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to follow us or you're out. And I let that develop because I need a leader, someone that's going to stand up. And both of them, they're their position to take after 3 years of being on varsity and being in a very good program. This year we kind of sputtered a little bit. We're right at 500, and I probably look at over 10 years older from last year because it's terrifying for me to lose at all. I can't stand it. I've always told people, whoever tells you it's okay to lose is a loser. So I'm just not used to it. I don't care what you say. It's not okay to lose. And this is why we have our Saturday practices. And when it rains, we're running down the streets, down the beach park, and running the hills and everything. And they're like, don't we get a break? Yeah, you'll get a break when you go home. It's not time. Obviously, we're not good enough yet. So we keep working at it. These guys, it's kind of a joke, but they call me Dad. And I understand that because I spend more time with them than I spend with every day on kids. And I'm sure I see them more than their parents do. That's the truth during this time of the year. During the summertime, they come over to my house, they show up, and what are you doing? I don't know, can we go swimming? Yeah, whatever. Can we kick around the ball? Yeah, sure. And that's okay because I think that's the bond we have with these kids, and they are part of my family, actually. They're over all the time. And that's okay. And they know my kids. His brother was on my team. They just hang out, and that's okay because that's the bond I think we're going to produce over there. And there's a running joke at BHS. We have more alumni come back to practice than darn players sometimes. They just come out of the woodwork. Someone I haven't seen for 3 years, they just show up. Can we practice? Yeah, don't say anything. Let's go. Let's practice a little bit. But it's good that they feed into the program and they buy in. All right. So two guys. Salvador Martinez, big kid, strong as an ox. You don't want to run into him. Ever since he was a sophomore, anyone that goes 50-50 with him, they know about it. He's just a big, strong kid. And I always think you got to use what you have. He's not my fastest kid, but he is my strongest kid by far. And when you run into him, you know about it. He plays in the back for us. I moved him around over the year, but mostly he's in the center back. He can use his brain and his strength to get to the player and hopefully win the challenge and win the ball. A lot of times referees don't like him because he is so big and strong, but that's what we have. You have to use what you got. He's not a goal scorer. He's always in the back, so I don't have those stats on. I can say, oh, he had 40 stops and all that, but that's not the way we do it. The second guy, Francisco, he was one of those kids that didn't come out his freshman, his sophomore year. I saw him in my PE class, and I said, what the heck? What are you doing? Why are you not on the soccer team? Oh, I don't know. I didn't play last year. Well, this year you're playing. Since that time, he's been on the field nonstop. Center midfield, he's the guy that distributes the ball nonstop. He does a lot of scores, but he's just one of those players that as soon as you see him, you'll know that guy's a player. I hope they both go on and play at higher levels. I think they're both going to go on to BC. BC's having a boys program this next year again, thank God. I was actually on the first BC team ever, so I'd like to see that program get going again. They both were all league last year, first team. Hopefully I'm putting them up for all league again this year. Francisco Rodriguez, Salvador Martinez. Am I supposed to give it?
First of all, I'd like to thank my coach, my school, my teammate, this award, and Dr. Clark. That's it.
He cannot shut up at practice ever. And he pulls out here.
Like to thank my school, thank my coach, and thank their staff. Thank you, Dr. Gianquinto.
Being